Ladies and gentlemen, the world's #1 sports and recreation podcast, Cheap Heat, is back. It's Tuesday, November 12th. There's a lot going on, a lot happening in the world. I have a flight bright and early tomorrow to Dallas.
You're gonna witness Jake Paul just get destroyed.
I pray that you're right.
I feel that way because this Mike that we're seeing doing the rounds and the interviews, like this past week, like recently, like his head is in the game now. He is not speaking like he's talking like he has bad intentions for this for this match. Like he is
Listen,
going
SGG,
to win because the bear has been poked.
SGG, how did you feel about the election odds heading into last Tuesday?
I felt good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Things aren't all breaking the way that we seem to think they should these days.
It's still Mike though.
Listen, I'm in a very rare and weird situation because I'm going to this fight essentially because, as many of you know, like my Mike Tyson fanship turned friendship and all these different things, but it comes from a really deep, remove the personal affection, a really deep interest and passion for the subject of Mike Tyson. That's where it all started.
And he loves you back. He loves David Rosenberg.
See, that's why, by the way, so all of these years of him calling me Dave are why it was so made that when I saw him at Fanatics Fest, I saw him in a very busy, hectic situation. And without me saying anything, he was like, Peter, like from a distance. I was like, oh my God, wow, we actually got past. I thought there was a chance I'd never get past Dave. Like it would be Dave for the rest. Because here's the thing. Yes, I've spent hours and hours and hours with him. There's no reason why he shouldn't remember. But do y'all realize in the course of his unbelievable lifetime, the amount of people that he spent hours and hours with? And I mean well-known people.
Because he's not reclusive either. Like he's outside.
He's outside. He moves around. Like they did a thing. There's a video moving around. Cameron hosted a thing of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul like face to face.
Mm-hmm.
And like I could see by the way Mike saw Cam, like he didn't realize it's Cameron. Like I could tell. He was just like, hey, what's up? Like I'm sure they've met many times. I'm sure Mike knows who Cameron is. But he just does too much. There's too many people. This is a man who's met presidents and dignitaries. Like he's done it all. Anyways, I say all of that long-windedly to say, I will join you and I will be doing content from Dallas for you, the people. We'll talk about it as we get closer to the fight. But guys, if you're realistic about Mike's fighting, even if you go back to like 2000, he just stopped really putting together. Like once the fights start, he doesn't have a lot of combinations. He kind of tends to be one and done. He'll throw one punch and then kind of clinch. And I just worry, Jake is so young. Is Mike early on in the fight in that first round? It has to come early.
Yeah.
In that first round, is he somehow going to catch him with just a monster punch and lay him out? I mean, it would be by the way, if Jake Paul knew what was best for the world, which I question, he would just lay down. Just take it and go down. That's what sometimes when you're a heel, you got a job. Just do the job. The world needs this. The world wants to celebrate Mike Tyson winning so bad. There could be SGG as many as like 50, 75 million people watching at that time.
Yeah.
We want to celebrate.
What Jake Paul isn't calculating for, though, I think in all the trash talk, is that Mike is a legitimate boxer. Like, in the conversation of greatest of all time boxer. Yes, he's old. But, you know, Jake hasn't really been boxing real boxers like that. You know, he's other YouTubers, MMA fighters who, when you take away the other disciplines, they are at a disadvantage. That's just how it works. And it works the other way when you throw a boxer in an MMA fight and you add in all those other disciplines. they're at a disadvantage. He's he's in with one of the best ever. And so, yeah, he's had a lot of fights. He's young, he's strong. He might even be faster than him. But I mean, I still think that that little bit of knowledge with the old man strength, with the Mike Tyson level crazy, is a combination that Jake Paul is not going to be able to overcome.
I pray that you're right. I would be so happy, man.
What this whole thing needs is TKO script in the joint.
That's I know. That's what you need.
They need H on the script for this. That's what they need.
Young H-O.
That's right.
By the way, I heard in the Fakakta Andrew Schultz Cody Rhodes interview where Andrew Schultz pretended to not know who I was and pretend that he knew who Cody Rhodes was.
Yeah.
For 3 hours. I heard that at one point in the interview, he's like, so like, what is it like with, work, something along the lines of, what's it like working with H? I was like, no one says that. That's not how you would.
H.
Yeah. You don't. No one just says, well, what does H think? That's not a thing. No, like you could say it in the context that SGG just did, like being sort of tongue in cheek about him as like a thing. But you wouldn't literally ask someone like, hey, so how is H doing these days? That's just not.
Yeah.
You've got so many options. You've got Triple H. You've got Hunter.
Yo, Paul's popular these days. People are
and
going
these
Paul.
days, it seems like it's almost like kind of loose to call him Paul now. Like that used to be really, like I would never.
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable when I hear it. Even when I'm like.
But now it seems like people throw Paul around loose. But hey, so about H, you're showing us your fraud. So yeah, he's a fraud. He's a fraud. But you know what? It's great. Cody Rhodes reached a lot of eyeballs and ears. So I'm happy about that.
He finally settled the debate, which we haven't been having on this show, but people online have been having, and that is that Peter Rosenberg is greater than Sam Roberts. He put that one to bed.
Thank you, Cody.
Listen, we were never gonna go there. We love Sam. We would never.
We love Sam. No, but it's that's not true. I'm the last professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts. I can't do it as well as evil.
Cody
Sam.
Settled it. Cody.
Nah, Cody feels away. Cody's made a choice, and I appreciate it. Cody's made the right choice.
Who am I to go against the champ? I mean,
facts. But think about it. Me and Cody have made it a long way. You remember there was a time when Mrs. Brandy Rhodes was not a huge fan of Peter Rosenberg.
Yeah.
And guess what? We made it all the way back.
You made it past that. You made it past that.
No, past it. Brandy and I are cooler as a result of it. You know what I mean? Like we're Gucci. There's respect. You know why? Because I see someone, and if I feel I owe them words, I go directly up to them and I go, hey, you know what? I need to talk to you about something. And as a result, what you have is a friendship, a respect, a certain level of honor that exists between us and the greatest champion. SGG, pipe down. The greatest champion.
Yeah. Where's this going?
Cody Rhodes. Because on this show, he's treated with respect. Like the dignitary he deserves to be. Well, SGG, it's easy for you. Roman Reigns is not champion right now. Problem solved.
Yeah, and I'll give you that. Cody Rhodes is the greatest champion to hold the WWE Championship on November 12th, 2024.
Facts.
No debate. It's not up for debate.
There's no question. He's the greatest title holder moving today at this time.
Yeah.
In every company. I'll say it right now. This man is Ove like Rove. To this day, he's got the company on his back.
Yeah.
Come on. This is
until the Tribal Chief takes it back, but we're gonna save that for another conversation.
Listen, Tribal Chief has other things to deal with. Tribal Chief has a lot going on right now, SGG. This story is so we are ramping up. We ramped up on SmackDown. Were you happy with where we landed with the Sami Zayn of it all and the furthering of the Bloodline versus the new Bloodline story?
Yeah, I'm happy we got the band back together, of course. Roman the Usos and Sammy. I love that for them. What I have to say though, and I got to be honest, Roman Reigns, he's not a baby face. Let's just put that to bed right now. He's super popular. We the people are cheering for him. We're 100% on his side, but he is not the good guy. He just has a great level of disdain for the other bad guys, Solo, Jacob, and the Tongans. Because let's face it, if Solo would have said, you know what, I acknowledge you and hand it over to Ula Fala, Roman would be a bad guy right now. He'd be back on team. He'd be back on board with them right now. Jay was and is owed a serious apology. He hasn't gotten one. He hasn't gotten one yet. He got a yeet. They put their ones up together. Sammy even asking for the apology for Jay was met with ridicule and Roman talking down to the entire group again. And then he never did apologize for that. He's just a bad guy who hates worse guys that is being protected by some good guys right now. And he's still my guy. Don't get me wrong.
Right. No, you're not saying that he's any less your guy.
No, but
he's not a good guy.
He's not a good guy. He's not a good guy.
Natalie, this is a pretty good smoothie. Natalie is feeding our unborn child some delicious juice press. I'm getting...
Yeah, it looks green and healthy. Is there some kale in there?
Is there kale? Kale, banana. Were there dates? She doesn't know. She gave up and walked away. That was it.
Well, that's a good start, though. Kale and banana is good.
No, great start.
Yeah.
It's more veggies than Dip has had in years.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let me see if...
In the only form that Dip will have it, too, a delicious smoothie.
By the way, I heard that Dip spent quality time with Zach Linder this weekend.
Yeah.
How you like that?
I didn't know Zach was in LA. I love it.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a card convention in LA this week. that has to be the only reason, right?
It definitely action figures involved, I'm sure,
Has to be.
Although, look, we make fun of Zach though, but by this point, I feel like he's amassed actually a pretty impressive collection, actually.
Oh yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah. He's got some gems.
Let's see if Dip answers here. We've been struggling with the phone calls recently.
Hello.
There he is. Hey, here he is.
I was gonna say if Dip doesn't answer, then
that's a bad sign. If the people on the show don't answer our phone calls, that's a bad sign.
Oh, I'm on the show. I'm on the show.
Yeah, you are. There you go. How's it going? Where are you? What are you doing?
Hey. I'm at the new gig. I'm looking at the ocean.
Your new gig overlooks the ocean?
Mage.
Yeah, the beautiful of an ocean view.
His office though. Not everybody doesn't get that view.
That's for a boss.
It's a beautiful ocean view. Beautiful ocean view.
Real quick. You were with Zach Linder this past weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Was there some sort of card convention in Los Angeles? Why was he out there?
He has I guess a newish job, and he was on the west side for whatever situation he had, and he had not been to Dipper-Lago, and so he wanted to see Dipper-Lago. He made it a point to let me know that he doesn't like the tile on my outside steps. He doesn't feel like they match the rest of the house.
Oh God!
So
and you let him inside.
That was the big takeaway. After just a wonderful day of him hanging out at my house and drinking various different kinds of flavored seltzer, he left me with a parting gift, which was to let me know he doesn't like my tile.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dip has to respect that though, because that's very Zach, but that's also very Dip.
Yeah, the whole thing is. How did you respond?
He changed the tile.
I said, well, it sort of matches the tile in the downstairs bathroom, and he goes, "Oh, I didn't notice." So, I mean, look, I feel okay about the visit. I don't feel great about it. It took me about 24 hours to every single time I walk up and down the steps now, I think, does this tile need to be changed? Does Linder have a point? Is it the moment to spend the type of money on that construction right now? So look, think it went as well as it could, except for that little snafu.
What was harder for you to recover from, last Tuesday or the Zach Tile comment?
Well, both of them are going to have long-lasting effects on the economy. So, I'm it's really hard to compare the two. When they're so close together in profoundness. Profundity.
Yeah, the profundity is deep. There's no question about it. We were just catching up on the Bloodline storyline of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And SGG feels that what we are learning is that while Roman Reigns happens to be fighting against bad guys, he is not really acting in any way like a good guy. What are your thoughts?
I agree because they're not ready to commit to it completely right now. They're not ready to just full blown babyface the guy, because the build has been so slow. They're going to keep it going. They're going to not rush it, and they're going to make us wait until he's the big babyface, hopefully against The Rock at WrestleMania. I think there's too much time in between now and Mania for him to just be a full-blown babyface and then to have it subside by then.
Yeah, that's a great point. If you do it too early, you'll get Rock Hogan, except reverse.
That's exactly right. So that's exactly right. Good point. By the way, I think the two of them facing off in the main event at WrestleMania may feel that big. So I think the two of them may be doing like the stare off into the difference. The one looks at one side, one looks at the other. I think we might be headed towards that moment. I don't think Cody Rhodes, even though we love Cody Rhodes, we love him, we love Cody. Yeah. I don't know if he's like ready for that profound of a moment in the at WrestleMania. Well, I think the Rock and Roman having that Hogan Rock moment seems more likely.
Well, listen.
You're Cody's favorite podcaster piece. You have to save this.
Yeah, listen. First of all, I just want to say this. Let me get the right button ready. Hold on. I want to respond to what you just said directly. Hold on. Here it is. You know what, Dip? Go off. That's how I feel about it. All right. Don't you dare in your life ever utter a one thing about Cody Rhodes, because that man on this show, he's flawless. That being said, I agree. But that being said, this Roman thing is years and years in the making. I mean, when you really think about Cody's true story in WWE, don't talk to me about the faction with Ted DiBiase Jr. and Randy. The Cody Rhodes story, the legacy, the Cody Rhodes story as we know it started what? 2.5 years ago?
Yes.
This Roman Reigns thing we've been on a journey here, guys. 2014 in Philadelphia. Was it 2014? The Repuggery?
I believe.
Yeah, that was the Repug. That was such a Repug moment in Philadelphia. It took SGG moving to Philadelphia like 6 years later to even make it better. Like, that's how long.
It's 2015. It's 2015.
2015. And what year did you move to Philly?
2017.
Yeah, it then took all those years since then for SGG to rebuild Philly.
And let's be real too. Cody ruined it. By the way, I bought Philly a Super Bowl. I bought Philly. They stepped up their cheesecake game. I bought Philly great pizza. Roman Reigns was supposed to win.
Wow.
In Philly.
You should have listened to us at that great live cheap heat when I told you what was going to happen 2 nights before with our Peckerheads all in attendance. By the way, Peckerheads should know.
I was right at Hollywood.
You were right the first time.
I went double.
Everyone, what do you Peckerheads and Egg Everything's no. I am in hardcore negotiation with the great Jonathan Bartlett about creating the Egg Everything t-shirt that everybody was promised. So if you're an Egg Everything or are considering being one, just know the shirt conversation is in the works. If you guys have any thoughts, let me know.
If you're an Egg Everything and you start like giving away the egg everything shirt, that's a no. You must wear if you're an egg everything, only egg everythings can wear an egg everything. If you want to buy multiple egg everythings and maybe your family wants to wear them, that's fine. But don't be spreading around the egg everythings to people who aren't egg everything.
Well, there's only one other thing, though, we need to discuss business-wise. Is what you just said true? Or do we sell the shirt to everybody, but if you're an egg everything, you get it for free?
I think that's the way.
I think that's probably the better move.
Yeah, I think from a business standpoint, if it's a great shirt, we don't go, oh, no, you don't get it. We just made 26 of them. That's it. I don't remember how many are in the tier, but you get the idea. So
only emotionally do I mean what I said, not literally.
No, of course not. I gotta check the tiers of Mage and see how we're doing here. We do owe our patrons, guys, another watch along this week. We're behind now a couple of days, so we have to. I'm vetoing the Goldberg decision. We need to pick a Survivor Series. A Survivor Series? Yeah, I think we should do a Survivor Series, and then I think we should immediately jump back into Saturday night's main event because we got to get on that path to December 14th.
No objections from me.
All right. I want everyone to be comfortable. Diperstein, were you happy to see? Did you watch TV last night?
I watched the first couple of segments.
You didn't see the return of your friends, the Wyatt Six?
I did. I saw that clip online. Yes. They got beat up. I don't think it's the right move to have them laying around and not being on the offensive rather than I don't need to see the Wyatt Six on the defense. You know what I'm saying?
They were definitely on the defensive. It's something. It's something. I don't know if it's what I imagined was seeing Rowan get just beaten down by The Miz. I didn't have that on my.
I know.
Natalie's offering me eggs.
Two-time
guys.
Grand Slam champion.
2 or 3 eggs. Are these hard boiled? Over easy. I'll do 2 eggs. I'm trying to watch the cholesterol. See? You see what I'm doing?
I always order 3 eggs.
Is it always?
Always. I order 3 eggs, squawking.
Dip, I have a new squawking. See, that's the kind of bit you cannot do this Sunday at Omelet House. Okay, you cannot say.
I'm doing it.
Squawking.
It's happening. It's happening. You cannot avoid it. It's going to happen. I'm just letting you know now. It's happening.
Please don't say squawking to Doris, our waitress at the Omelet House in Las Vegas this weekend. And by the way, if you want to say hello to me or Dip, if you have plans to go to Complex Con on Sunday, we will be hanging out at the WWE of it all at Complex Con. There's apparently going to be all kinds of WWE things happening, superstars and merchandise and things of that nature. So if you're in the Las Vegas area, please come and say hello. But yeah, Dip, I do have a new egg place for you to try here.
Okay.
It's not new, but have you ever been to the Upper West Side location of Friedman's?
I've never been to Friedman's. People love Friedman's.
They love Friedman's.
It's very popular. They love it. I have never been I've never been there, but I'm down. I'm down. Is it fussy? Is it a fussy place? I've heard fussy.
What do you mean fussy?
Fancy, blah blah blah. Is it blah blah blah, or is it kind of a greasy spoon play?
It's not. It's closer to fussy, I suppose, than greasy spoon because it is nice.
Yeah.
It's not dirty. Like it's a place where you're getting eggs and bacon and things of that nature, but it's a very, very clean, sort of pristine on the inside restaurant. But
Can I get sour cream and caviar on the eggs, or what are your thoughts?
I didn't see that on the menu. I've never, but I've never really had much caviar. Is that a thing?
Ugh. Oh my God.
Caviar with eggs?
We gotta go crazy with the caviar. Yes, caviar with eggs is a thing, confirmed.
Really? SGG, you ever heard of that?
Never.
SGG,
Never. Caviar and sour cream with the eggs?
Is caviar and sour cream a thing?
Yeah. Well, it's really creme fraiche. It's not really sour cream. Creme fraiche.
I just have to point out that Dip didn't want a fussy place and then immediately called everybody poor with the order. You're not getting that at a greasy spoon.
I can't believe it's such a great take from SGG. You went, is it a fussy place? By the way, do they have sour cream and caviar?
Caviar
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean creme
my
fraiche.
3 eggs.
Oh my! I don't even know what creme fraiche is.
Yeah.
It's, by the way, it's the definition of sour cream adjacent.
I bet my guess
Creme
is it's not. Is it even a Jace? Because it sounds like it's just sour cream. Creme
It's
fraiche.
sour cream plus. It's sour cream plus. Okay,
Wow.
creme fraiche is literally sour cream plus.
All right,
That's what it is.
Before we let you work on your busy day there in Los Angeles, anything else from the world of professional wrestling you'd like to discuss?
No.
That's it?
I will. Damian Priest.
Oh, this better be. Hold on, you better go the right direction here. Damian Priest, what?
His mic skills greatly improved. Must be working with someone to improve. Very impressed with his work last night. Very. There's no more hesitations or stumbling or fumbling. He sounded fantastic. Him and Gunther have good. I'm into the. You wouldn't think I'd be into the Gunther Damian Priest story, but I am. I'm into it.
How about this? Can we say that last night was the best promo of Damian Priest's career?
Yeah.
It was. There's no question. There's no question. I also love the way that Gunther, and I love the way that you should tell him that we feel that way, by the way.
I might call him right now. Let's see if he answers.
And Gunther, yeah, call him. And Gunther is amazing at reacting to him. Gunther's a great heel, even though, I mean, by the way, he's moments away from turning babyface because of how made he is. Hello?
I'm sorry. I just got. I agree with you. I'm in lockstep. I think that we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that Damian Priest's clothing yesterday was much better. Seeing him out, like fully removed now, obviously from
Judgment Day.
From Judgment Day, his whole look is much better.
Yeah. Agreed. I'm in on Damian Priest right now.
Dip, Kai Cenat got a deal for $22 million. Could you work on something like that for me?
Sure.
And in other news coming across my timeline, Trump is about to pay reparations to white people. SGG, this is going to be exciting for you.
All right. Goodbye.
So long.
Goodbye, everybody.
There he is. See you later. Bye. There's Dip. It says Trump is going to pay reparations to white people who have suffered racial discrimination due to diversity initiatives in higher education. I hold on. I got to hear it. We got to hear it. Hold on.
Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all.
Listen, I'm not fully dialed in right now because I just can't mentally do it. But the little things I've heard each day of the last few days, it's like worse than you could have imagined.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I have.
Like, I'm kind of checked out, but like what I'm hearing is wow. Even by the standards that we have. Wow. All right, let's go back to the candy store. I'm sorry, guys. I took us out of the candy store and I shined a light on the horrid reality that is our lives. And let me take us back into the candy store.
Yeah.
Let's call Damian Priest. Do you think he'll make everything better? You think he'll answer?
I don't think he'll answer. It would make everything better, but I don't think he'll answer.
So much pressure on him, but I think it's got to happen. Let's see.
Just because we struck out a couple of times.
We have not been on a roll.
No.
Yo, brother.
Priest.
What's going on, bro?
Listen, I'm calling you on my podcast right now. Full disclosure. I just want to tell you, this is unsanctioned. It's unapproved. I'm doing it directly. I'm going rogue. But two things. One, I wanted to issue my hearty condolences on the 5th inning of that game.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You call me to get me hot?
I was being serious.
What type of phone call is this, bro?
No. Hold on. I was being serious. All right.
Beat his ass, Damian.
No. And follow up. We just said this on the podcast. And I want to get your honest opinion. I think last night was the best promo you've ever cut on live television. What do you say to that?
I mean, obviously it's all opinion, but I felt good. I felt comfortable. I was flowing. I had a little bit of 8 Mile going combined. I don't know, but yeah, I just went in and it just felt good. I know, for instance, Heyman was talking to me after, and he was like, there's no distinction between, the character and the person. Like, that's you. That's you now. Like, I felt good, and I was appreciative of his words. But yeah, no, for me, that was it felt smooth, man. Like, I think I know how to just be mean. You know what I mean?
It literally, we're just calling to give you the flowers and the encouragement, whatever it was you tapped into last night from the honestly, it started almost you walking down the ramp. Like, there was just like a certain thing in your step, and then when you talked, it was the guy that I know in real life. So I just wanted to give you your flowers. Tremendous job last night.
Thanks. Next time just start with that instead of with
all right.
the
Yeah.
thing.
You know what? It's a great point. All right. I'll see you soon, Damian.
All right, brother.
Later. Peace. Skip over the Yankee disaster. Go right to the heaping praise. Yeah. I gotta remember these things. This is why Natalie gets mad at me. I'll start things off by being like, not so sure about your outfit yesterday. Hey, but dinner right now tastes slamming. That's not how you want to do it.
You got to hit the feedback sandwich. You got to go start positive.
Put in
that little, and then go back to super positive.
Damn.
That's right.
I'm still a work in progress. All right. So Priest, big win last night. Now, is there a chance that, can we give Priest a fighting chance against Gunther at Survivor Series?
Yes. I mean, look, Priest is a guy who had Gunther on the ropes at SummerSlam the last time they faced each other, right? I mean, and they delivered a good match. I'd say great match, highly entertaining. Priest came up short. Gunther won, but I don't think that match and that contest is anything against Priest. I don't think that says that he needs to be worried about Gunther, particularly in terms of skill set. Now, Gunther is the guy who feels like his back is against the wall right now. So that might be the element of danger that everybody's forgetting about. But Priest can definitely hold his own.
SGG, we're recording this early. I have an insane week. I did not watch the end of the main event last night. Can you take me through what went down in the main event?
It seems to be that just like on the men's side, they're setting up a women's WarGames situation on the women's side, because we got some interference from Nia, Tiffany Stratton. And so, it's possible that might be what shakes out on the women's side from a WarGames perspective. But now, not to shortchange the ladies, something that we didn't talk about that I wanted to touch on too is KO seems to be going deeper and deeper into a descent. He's just like, he's out of his mind. He's mad. He pile drived Randy Orton. Announced team made a big deal about that move being banned, and Randy Orton was taken to the hospital after suffering the effects of that pile driver. So I think this unhinged Kevin Owens thing is something that people need to be paying attention to as well. And throwing it back to the ladies, not to be all over the place, they announced a women's United States Championship coming to WWE. We don't know if it's going to be exclusive to SmackDown or if there's going to be a women's intercontinental championship coming to Raw. But the women of the main roster finally got a mid-card title, because we know on NXT there's a mid-card title for the women.
No, they needed this. They needed this. Do we know how we're getting the first champ yet?
Nick Aldis said it was going to be earned, not handed out. He didn't say how it was going to be earned, so I don't know if it's going to be some type of tournament. I would hate for it to be a battle royal, but it is going to be earned. We don't know how. We just know that by the end of it, we will see the first ever, I should say, Women's United States Champion. And I don't know, again, if that's going to be exclusive to SmackDown or if Raw is going to get Women's Intercontinental Champion. But so far, like, step in the right direction.
So you think we're on some sort of path towards a WarGames match involving potentially Bianca and Jade and all these different people?
Yes. Everybody's paths are crossing way too much right now. Not too much in the sense that I don't like it, but too much in the sense that it's not a coincidence.
Something's gotta give.
Given the timing of where we are this year.
Also, doesn't it seem like we're just continuing to sort of float with a lot of the mid card in WWE? Like, it just sort of feels like we have all of, like, there's a bunch of stuff on Raw in particular that's all sort of mishmashed together in the mid card between the Wyatt Six and the New Day and Pete Dunne. And, like, am I wrong for observing it that way? That it feels like there's just a lot of different stuff that all is sort of generally intertwined?
No, you're not wrong for observing it that way. A lot of stuff is intertwined, but I feel like I prefer it that way, because, I mean, look, this is a workplace, right? At the end of the day, people, they settle it in the ring, but when you go to work, you don't just interact with the one coworker that everybody sees you interacting with, the millions of people, right? There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes, a lot of moving parts, and I appreciate that when they go behind the scenes, we see, different things happening in the background, or like somebody walking through a promo segment on their way to the ring, that we see the continuity of the shot with, because, like, that stuff is theoretically happening, right? Butch is walking by while Pete Dunne is walking by while somebody's calling
how
Butch.
dare you? Right.
And I know.
And it bothers
Emilio,
you.
save my life. Edit that out. No, don't edit it out. But you know what I mean? Those things are happening. Like, Woods could theoretically be walking in backstage to hear Kofi and R-Truth talking about him and feeling the type of way.
These things happen. It's a fair point by you. So we now all of a sudden have a Survivor Series starting to take shape, I should say.
Yeah.
A little something at least. We only have officially Gunther versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship, which is not something that I'd expected to get back to for Survivor Series. But we now, not only do we have it, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match.
Yeah, I think it really will too. How many? I wonder. So the question is, do we get one or two WarGames matches? And what are those matches? At this point, the betting favorite now has to be that the Bloodline thing is a WarGames match.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, look, Solo challenged Roman to a WarGames match, right? On Friday, he said, "You get 4 other guys and compete against my 5." Now, Solo was counting Sammy as his 5th member. Sammy turned him down. But then on Monday, Sammy, Jimmy, and Jay spent the 2 hours of Raw trying to find a 5th member for their WarGames team. So it's going to be 5-on-5.
And by the way, Seth Rollins clearly turning down Solo Sikoa as well.
Yeah, Seth Rollins turned down Solo and Sammy. Jimmy approached Braun Breaker, which I kind of like. I like that. But yeah, so it's going to be 5-on-5. We just don't know who's going to be the mystery men on either side.
On either side. So, all right. So we know that we're getting War Games from that. Is there a world in which there could be another Survivor Series match, though? That's like the one thing that we've always like. It kind of feels like they only can have one now. One men's, one women's, maybe. Like, why can't we have the War Games match and at Survivor Series still have a traditional match with maybe the Wyatt Six?
The problem is that adds to the runtime, right? Because those Survivor Series matches could go long as well. Like a War Games match, you guaranteed 40 minutes just because the match doesn't start until after everybody makes their entrance one by one after 2 minutes. So that's like 20 minutes to a half hour right there on entrances.
But you're setting us up for, like, why have all this Final Testament Wyatt Six stuff now if that's not going to just lead to a Survivor? It's sitting right there for you.
It should.
We have the PLE for it. It's all right there.
I don't think it will, but I'm with you. That it should.
I wouldn't be mad at having 3 matches like that, and then you just have like 2 other matches. Call it a day.
Now, how many matches do you think are going to be on this card? So you saying like a 7-match card?
Yeah, 6 or 7 match card. If you're worried that if we know that War Games takes a long time, maybe make it 6, not 7. Make it 6. 3 Survivor Series style matches, 2 of which are War Games. 1 is traditional Survivor Series, and then you have the Gunther, Damian Priest, and you have 2 other matches. We call it a day. Boom. Good night. Good luck.
Cody KO for sure is going to be one of those matches.
Boom. So that's 2 of them.
And then what's going to happen with LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade had their triple threat already.
That already happened.
That already happened.
All right, guys, I have to go. Natalie prepared me a beautiful lunch as I have to run out and get a haircut and go to work.
You definitely don't want the Mex to get cold.
Look at this. Look, you see that?
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Eggs, some fries, some avocado, some tomato. Real beauty here by my wonderful wife. What do you say?
Salt, pepper, ketchup.
You made sriracha ketchup? She made sriracha ketchup. Wow. Anyways, guys, we'll be back again from Dallas later this week. Much more stuff to come. I apologize for rushing us out of here. We have a lot to do. But you did get that exclusive interview with Damian Priest. Who's getting that?
Yeah, a pop-up interview with Damian Priest.
I mean, come on. The hottest man in the company as of this exact second.
That's right.
We will see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you on the Discord. You can always send your emails to rosenbergwrestling@gmail.com. SGG, do me a favor and stay mage today.
Take it easy, man.